Hello and a very warm welcome. In today's video we are tearing the Manchester United players a new arsehole. These lot from manager and manager and manager under the bus, and they're still getting away with it as they're about to throw Erik ten Hag under the bus. And yeah, the players are not fit to wear the shirt. Already out of the EFL Cup, out of Europe, the Premier League will be non-existent and they will get knocked out of the FA Cup. And yeah, they get rewarded with new contracts, big wages, and for what? Abject performances. They should be getting a reduction in wages, let alone an increase. These players, where do you start with them? Yeah, down in tools again. How many more managers are going to fall to these overrated Nancy boys? You got to say it how you see it. The Stretford end cheering them off. They should be silent. Give them the silent treatment. They're overpaid, Nancy boys. They can come out all they want and do these PR bullshit interviews and, oh, we'll go again next week. Some of you shouldn't be going again next week. Play the youth. Give the youth a chance. How many more times are you going to give these lot a chance? They've thrown so many managers under the bus, and some of them are still here, like Luke Shaw. And how many managers has he been through? Van Gaal, Mourinho, Rangnick, Ole, and now Ten Hag. And it's a vicious cycle that's never going to end at this football club. A change of ownership is needed, a massive revamp, a massive clear out, and starting with a stadium, which is basically dropping to bits. And yeah, nothing's been done about it. It will become a safety hazard, Old Trafford. There's leaks everywhere. There's a couple of weeks ago at a women's game, someone reported that something fell down from the stadium. It will become a health hazard. So let's go through the players. Yesterday, we got knocked out of Europe, and deservedly so. We lost to Bayern Munich. Some of the decisions are baffling. Getting rid of David De Gea and bringing Onana in is basically like gambling £1 million and getting £1 back, and you're happy. Onana has come in. He's been absolutely dreadful. Mistake after mistake after mistake. Yeah. Harry Maguire divides opinion. He's actually been one of our better players in the last few games. That's how bad we've been, that Maguire is actually a standout player. And it was actually a shame that he went off injured last night, because he's been in a bit of good form. Okay, he's probably not the answer, but at least he's, got a bit about him recently. Luke Shaw, he's been here time and time and time again, manager after manager after manager, and he's still here. I don't know what's wrong with Luke Shaw. He looks a better player at centre-back than he does at left-back. So, yeah. You got Rafael Varane, who's been frozen out. Fell out with Ten Hag, apparently. He's got the experience. He should be in the team. Yeah. Then you get to right-back. You got Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's one that should be out the door. Diego Dalot should follow him out the door. Yeah. Then you got Malacia, I would keep him. Yeah, then you jump in. Anthony, the one-trick pony. Literally a trick pony. His famous moment was that spin round at Old Trafford. Another flop signing. Yeah. Casemiro would keep him. Mino would keep him. Players that actually give a shit about the badge. Yeah. Yeah, you got the likes of Palestri. You would keep him. Yeah, give him a chance. Scott McTominay, he's another one. He's a flash in the pan, he's a moment guy. He plays well for like one game, and then he'll go missing for 8. Yeah, they need calling out these players, and it's about time the mainstream media did so. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes, Captain Cockroach. He is not a leader. He will never be a leader. Waves his arms like this. He's like on a bloody dance floor or something. Shocking. His attitude stinks. He's meant to set the example, leadership. And they see, all these youngsters see him waving his arms. It's a bad example. Bruno is never a captain in the month of Sundays. Yeah, just poor. Marcus Rashford, poor. Sulking. Was it against Newcastle? Sulking because he was on the right wing. You're overpaid. Do a job for the team. Run your heart out. Whether you're on the right wing or right back, you're supposed to be a Manchester lad through the academy. Bollocks. Get rid of him. Sell him. Bruno, sell him. Rashford, sell him. Of course, you can't sell everyone, but we should have a clear out and start again. Because 10 years will soon be 20, 20 will soon be 30, and we're down the Liverpool route. And then you jump into the front three, who are bang average, by the way. They're bang average. And Garnacho only looks good because the front three is abysmal. You've gone from Rooney, Tevez, and Cristiano Ronaldo to Garnacho, Antony, and Rasmus Højlund. It's one of the worst front three we've ever seen at Manchester United. But because Garnacho scores a worldie against Everton, everyone thinks he's world class. I will keep him, but he's a bench player at best. If we had a decent front three, there's no way Garnacho plays. It's as simple as that. It's only because they're so poor that he's playing every week. Højlund, I kind of feel bad for him because he's a youngster, so I don't want to really go too harsh on him. But 72 million, what were we doing paying that for an unproven man who's not played in the Premier League? Another flop signing. Really poor. Anthony Martial's another one. Has to go. I've seen more pace in the snail, honestly. He's lethargic. He just can't be asked. He's another one. Attitude stinks, and he needs to get on a plane back to France. And Ten Hag will take the blame for these, again, throwing another manager under the bus. I'm sick and tired of these players. These players don't represent the club I love. You go back, we may not win every game, but at least you had a bit of fight, desire, back in the day. These players, honestly, I don't see it. I don't like these players. They don't represent the badge on the shirt. The badge is too heavy for them. They're not Manchester United players. They're overpaid, and a lot of them have been flop signings. You just go through it. Lukaku, Sanchez, Di Maria. So many flop signings. It's poor. It's poor. There's big problems at Manchester United. But you're judged on results, and these lot are not producing. It's excuse after excuse. As soon as we lose PR, Jim Radcliffe's coming in. It's embarrassing. You know what's coming. Full of excuses. No passion, no desire, no effort. Mino came on against Bayern Munich. He did more in how long he was on, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. He did more than the majority. And it's kind of a blessing that Bruno Fernandes will miss the Liverpool game because, I mean, it was like playing with 10 men last year because he didn't turn up, did he, when we got battered? So, there we have it. The players called out. That's what I think of them. Not fit to wear the shirt. They've been a disgrace. And they'll probably get upset with all the criticism that they get. Oh, we're trying. I don't see it. You turn up against Chelsea because they're a big team, then you stink the joint out against Bournemouth. Then a good performance against Bayern because they're a good team, but at the end of the day, we're toothless up front, so we still get beat. And I'm sure it's either going to go two ways. We're going to get battered by Liverpool, or they'll turn up because it's a big rival and biggest game. They're too inconsistent. They need calling out, and that's what I've done. Comment down below your thoughts. You can't get rid of them all, but 95% of them should go. Just off the top of my head, who would I keep? Garnacho. I'm even struggling. Garnacho, Casemiro, Varane are players I would keep. I would give Højlund a chance under a new manager. But the rest of them, Maguire, he's got to probably go as well. It's just poor. You get another one, Johnny Evans. We got rid of him for a reason. He's come back to the club. He's a pensioner. and somehow he's playing United at, how old is he, 35, 36? Big problems. Players, disgrace.